And of course, that is what gives them such inordinate political power, is that whenever someone suggests asking for more taxes, more contributions, or more regulation, the reply is simply, well, no matter who we are, if we're rich, we're job creators, and you depend on us. But of course, as you note, this rentier class is essentially, it has risen so much due to the rise of finance and the so-called FIRE industries, finance, real estate, and insurance.
That's absolutely right. What you've seen in the last generation in the United States is the manufacturing sector has shrunk, while the FIRE sector, so-called, as you rightly point out, finance, insurance, and real estate, has exploded as a percentage of GDP. And the way we calculate this is very bizarre. If bankers are paid bonuses, this is treated as the equivalent of producing a good or service in the real world in terms of counting GDP. So arguably, the compensation of the financial sector is treated in parallel with the manufacturing of actual goods. And what this means is probably the productive sector is much bigger than we think. And the actual contribution of this FIRE sector, of real estate and of insurance and of finance, to the economy is much smaller than we generally think. But, since things are denominated in dollars, these individuals, despite their minimal contribution to the productivity of the economy, are really now the most powerful class in society. If you contrast the U.S. today with the U.S. in the mid-20th century, back then, people knew the names of executives of big industrial corporations, like General Motors is Charlie Wilson. Now it's Lloyd Blankfein. It's Warren Buffett. With the exception of some of the tech tycoons like Bill Gates and Steve Jobs, it's essentially financiers, who are the image of the businessman, which is bizarre because, according to the older economic tradition, finance is not really a business. Alexander Hamilton, the first Secretary of the Treasury, said finance by its nature is a public utility. And so, if we have to imagine that we had a completely deregulated water and electricity sector in which you had these billionaires running the local utilities. That's kind of the parallel.
Charging whatever price they wanted, paying themselves whatever kind of bonuses they wanted, which of course would prevent people from getting these basic necessities in an effective way.
Well, that's right. What's parasitic about the rentiers is that they're using monopoly power or oligopoly power to extract enormous rents or payments from the rest of society. It's not that they don't perform a useful service. All of these natural monopoly industries, including telecommunications and transportation and electricity and water treatment, are essential, both to individuals and to the business community. But because they are natural monopolies or oligopolies, countries either nationalize them or, in the case of the U.S., our substitute for nationalization has been public utility regulation. You get public utility commissions or some other mechanism to set the rates to prevent the private owners from extracting enormous monopoly profits, and we have not done that in finance. Particularly,
and of course, it's so interesting that you pointed out, because we tend to think of the consequences of this for after-tax income, that the political power of this concentrated wealth has meant that they can keep their rates extremely low on things like capital gains, carried interest, the things that most of the wealthiest people in the country earn their money on, and We're gonna continue this discussion, and I'm gonna ask you a little bit about what some of these policies are specifically, and of course, anti-inflation, currency policy, and trade policy are two of the big ones, and talk about the coalition that we can build to get rid of these rich takers. When Take Action News continues after this.